Take two. There is nothing quite like running through an entire garden in 100-degree weather and talking about everything, only to find out that the entire time you'd not been recording. So it is August 4th, 2022, and I'm just starting out with what we have harvested. Okay, we don't grow limes, but there's my 2 spaghetti squash from earlier. And these are some of the tomatoes. There's still some outside on the vines, which we'll see shortly. These seem to be our dominant breed. Last year we were getting a lot of the little tiny yellow pear peppers, but this year I have 0 of those, and a lot of these, I believe these are purple prints, but they look cool anyways. And I am just happy that this year we've actually got Roma tomatoes, because we got 0 of those last year. And then the great cucumber harvest. So you see my cucumbers and squash. Okay, all those pickle jars are cucumbers from my garden. Okay, at least we're not hiding some in the back. And then that one that's hidden, that's store-bought, not mine. So then a yellow squash, a very oddly shaped cucumber. And then one gigantic zucchini, a drawer full of cucumbers, some of my miniature eggplants. And then more of my squash and cucumbers, and then some of the peppers that I've harvested. And then this one also came from the garden. I think that's probably the largest green pepper that I've ever harvested. So as you can see, we're getting some stuff, and it's usable stuff. Oh, and by the way, this is Sparky. We're watching him for a couple of weeks while his family is out of town. But yeah, the garden itself, I'm honestly a little bit disappointed. Cactus is doing great. That thing just keeps on growing. It really likes this room in the summer. In the winter, I'll have to move it back inside because it'll get cold. Yeah, the containers have been very meh. That basil, though, the basil is like, I don't know, this is so resilient. When I brought them outside, I thought I'd killed them off, but they keep bouncing back. And oregano apparently likes the outside. Here's my producing eggplant bush. So that's about how big the eggplants get. And some of the peppers. So this is interesting. Oh yeah, these are, God, it looks like a little hot chili pepper. I'm actually going to pick this and eat it. So, yeah. Okay. It really just tastes like a very grassy bell pepper. I have no idea what variety that is. So, my best guess is I had seeds from something that got cross-pollinated last year, and now I have a mystery plant. But yeah, some of these containers are actually producing fruit. I actually do have a tomatillo getting started here, which is good because tomatillos have been extremely few and far between. But yeah, my onion patch is just a complete bust. The weeds are just relentless. And I guess the dirt over here is just like way too tight for it, because that's, you know, I can't really make a salad out of that. And like, given the weeds, it's like difficult to tell what's an onion and what's a weed. The okra, however, is actually starting to come in. So this one will be ready soon. last year I got lots of okra and ate like maybe 3 of the fruits. The rest of them we accidentally just kept on the plant too long, so basically we ended up with a lot of okra shaped wood stalks, but on the other side of that we got a lot of seeds from it. The beans are just slowing down, and that's expected. After the first harvest, the quality just diminishes. We can see that what was supposed to be bush beans is starting to turn itself into pole beans, which I don't actually mind because it justifies my effort in getting the trellis up there. So peppers are doing okay. I have difficulty actually identifying a bunch of them. So these are Thai peppers. This is nothing. And then this, I don't want to say it's a poblano, but like one of those like not really hot peppers. This one actually just came in as a weed, but it's producing, so that was pretty cool. And this is the bell pepper plant, that the green bell that I have in the fridge. It came off of this one. Nothing. Also nothing. That one looks like Hungarian wax. Can't even get it in the shot. There we go. Obviously cayenne. I'll keep those on the plant for another day, but they're just about ready. And then this one should turn out to be a super hot. It's flowering but not fruiting yet. I really hope that it does. I have a deficiency in the hot peppers. This might be jalapeno. Looks a little bit ribby to be a jalapeno. Yeah, my tomatoes are not too happy this year. Like, they've just all gotten that blight. There's just no keeping up with it. But it's almost all the Purple Prince and the Romas. And then you can see that I do have a few of the cherry tomatoes. And then this one, which is like my favorite plant, finally starting to get some blush onto these peppers. Yeah, I'll be eating that one sooner or later. This entire row is like hot peppers. So, and I still can't tell like what exactly they are, because it could be a habanero, like it could be a ghost. I don't know. I still think that this is either a scorpion or reaper, because I don't know if it shows up on camera, but the skin isn't perfectly smooth, which on those two types it is supposed to be bumpy. A plant where the Hungarian wax is very plentiful. And more of the same tomatoes, so nothing really to see over there. And then here's that mystery, like looks hot but is actually sweet pepper. My theory is either the grower that we purchased seeds from sent us what are called Peter pepper seeds. That's like the closest thing that I can find to match the shape of these while still being sweet. Or if something that I planted last year was cross-pollinated, and then that affected the seeds going into this year. But I'm gonna guess those are Peter peppers. So they say that they're distinguished by having a certain anatomical shape. This plant is loaded. Like, this one is just weighed down. I have to come out and like pick some off of this. Some jalapenos, and either some scorpions or moruga, or scorpions or reapers. So that one's going to be really exciting. A good sized bell. My Tabasco peppers, which they'll turn orange and bright red. Oh, sweet, still on the plant. This is one of those generic super peppers. I am actually going to take a bite out of it, even though I know from tasting it earlier that it is a hot pepper. Oh yeah, that's definitely a hot pepper. All right, more habanero or hotter bell. Some super hot. Hungarian wax or semi-spicy pepper. More Thai chilies. Definitely Hungarian wax. More jalapenos. Then my corn is doing well. We actually did pick a few ears off of it, and definitely tastes better than store-bought corn, so pretty cool. The 2 spaghetti squashes that I planted have replenished themselves. It's interesting that it's only doing 2 at a time. And looks like I've finally managed to tire out my cucumber vines. So, thankfully not too many more jars of pickles. Still getting some zucchinis and yellow squash, and the watermelon is still hanging tight. Just waiting for the vine to dry out a little bit, and then it should be ready to pick. I do wish that I'd gotten more watermelons though. And these will get water. Okay, yeah. This is looking like another one of those Peter Pepper things. More ties. Nothing yet. Hungarian wax, Thai. And then the tomatillos, which I'm glad that we're getting some at all. I mean, last year we were getting them in early July. That's just kind of a testament to how this year has really gone. Yes, I just took a bite out of the rest of the pepper. Don't worry, Sparky, we're going inside. But yeah, so that's where we are right now. Looks like the tomatoes are kind of giving out, so they'll just ripen and be done, but looks like we still have a ways to go on the peppers. So we'll update then.